Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and it's time to announce the 9th round of the Queer Lit Readathon. If you're not already aware, the Queer Lit Readathon is a week-long readathon that I host twice a year with my friend Rogan, and then every time we also have a special guest host. This next round is happening June 5th through 11th, and you can follow the readathon at queer_lit on both Twitter and Instagram. And then obviously here on Rogan's channel and on our guest host channel. This time around, our guest host is Beck from Mooney Reads by Starlight, so make sure to check out their channel. If you've been around for a while, you know that this readathon has a famous bingo board of challenges to do, and we're going to get through all of that. Before we do that, I'm going to try to get through all the things that I need to say in this video beside the challenges and then get to the challenges. The hosts are planning to put up our personal TBRs on May 24th. Between now and the start of the readathon, I will also be posting recommendations for all of the challenges, both on Twitter and Instagram, so be sure to follow those if you use those social media platforms. And of course, all of the hosts have many videos of recommendations, so I will link my A to Z of Queer Lit playlist down below that has over 250 recommendations on it. And all of the relevant information will be on Rogan's website as well, which he usually puts tons of links to tons of different things in. We also have a hashtag, which is #QueerLitRead, so be sure to put that on your posts if you want other participants to find your things. We also have an official challenge on the Storygraph, we have a Discord, we also have a Goodreads group, although I think those are being phased out. And of course the hosts are more than happy to talk recommendations with you. One thing I want to stress before we get into the bingo board is you do not have to do anything specific with the bingo board. You can use it however you like. You can decide to make a line up and down, or across, or black it out, or not use it at all and just read queer books. That is perfectly fine. We just know that some people really enjoy prompts, and we are here to give those to you. You can also use the same book for multiple challenges. This is very easy. All we really want you to do is read queer books. This readathon also starts at midnight on the 5th in your time zone and goes all the way through. We don't really care what time zone you're in, we just want you to participate. Something I do want to stress though is that if you make a video or if you post a photo, please caption your videos or your photos. Accessibility is very important, and if you just let the auto-generated YouTube captions go, half the time people will not be able to understand what is going on. I've had YouTube think I've said some very strange things when I've been editing my auto captions in the past. Alright, without further ado, here again is our beautiful bingo board, and I'm going to go through the squares individually for you. First, we have a book with an Indigenous main character. Next, we have the group read. Now, classically, we've only ever had one group read. However, the book that we really wanted to read for this is a little bit heavy, so we've decided to have two group reads, so you can opt out of the very heavy one if you don't want to read it. And also, as always, with all of these challenges, you do not have to do this challenge if you don't want to. You can do whatever challenges you want. The first group read, the heavy group read, is called Tinderbox. It has a very long subtitle, so I'm just going to straight up read it because it's just easier. The Untold Story of the Upstairs Lounge Fire and the Rise of Gay Liberation. This is a nonfiction about a time where a queer nightclub was set on fire because it was a queer nightclub. This was actually the case where the most queer people were killed in one go, and that was only surpassed when the Pulse nightclub in Orlando was targeted. This one has been on my list for quite some time, but again, because of the subject matter of it, we know that not everybody is going to want to read this. So our second group read is Nimona by Andy Stevenson. Now, this is a book that I've read before, but I'm actually going to read it again, and that's for a very specific reason. Not only is this a graphic novel, this also has an amazing full cast audiobook, and that's how I've read it before, but this time around, I'm actually going to read it in graphic novel format. This is a fun adventure story about somebody who's kind of the sidekick to the bad guy, but there's queer characters and hilarity ensues and there's a shapeshifter, and it's just a good time. I'm looking forward to revisiting it and actually seeing all of the art instead of listening to the voices, but like I said, you could do either. Next, we have a science fantasy, so a book that blends science fiction and fantasy. Don't worry, we will have recommendations for this. Next, as always, is choose your own category. Obviously, having 16 categories, that is a lot, but also sometimes there's something that we've missed out on that you really want to read and you just want to be able to tick off a box, and that's what this is for. So in your TBR, let us know what your own category is. We also have an arrow and or ace main character. Yes, it doesn't say and or on the square, that's just a lot to put on the square, and we know that arrow and ace are not the same thing. We've had had some people in the past think that we're conflating them. We're not. It's just hard to put so much into one square. So Arrow and or Ace main character. Next we have a graphic novel, which obviously will go great with Nimona if you decide to read that one. Next we have nonfiction, which again, Tinderbox would check off. Next we have one that is a new category and made me laugh so hard when I saw it in our planning spreadsheet, and that's messy queers. You can interpret that in any way you want. Next we have seasonal vibes. This can be any kind of season, a season of the year, a season of certain things that happen during certain times in the year, but isn't necessarily tied to a classical season like fall or winter or whatever. Interpret it how you like. Next we have a romance, because why not? Next we have LGBTQ plus history. This can be non-fiction or it can be historical fiction, or again, you can interpret it however you please. Next we have queer sports, which is something that is near and dear to my heart because I usually don't care about sports, but if you make it queer, I'm suddenly very interested. Next we have a new to you author because we want to give you a reason to read that new book that you've been wanting to read. Next we have poetry, be that a very small anthology or be that a whole novel in verse, it's up to you. Penultimately, we have a neurodivergent main character. And last but not least, we have a retelling. This one again can be interpreted as loosely as you want. If you want to go more of a reimagining route, you go right for it. It does not have to be a play-by-play retelling, it can be based on and a loose reimagining. By this point, you should probably know that anything goes. So there you have it. Those are the 16 challenges for this round. The bingo board will be posted on Twitter and Instagram, so it is easy to reference. And of course, I have all that information down below. It's also again on the Storygraph. We will talk about it over on Discord. It's basically in all of the places. In fact, if there's a place where it should be and isn't, either put it there yourself or let me know and I will put it there if I can. What do you think you're gonna read for this round? Let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down to the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. If you don't feel like leaving a comment but want to make sure that I know you're here, just leave me an emoji or a smiley face if you happen to be on your keyboard. Some people have asked if there's a way to financially support this channel, so I set up a Ko-fi account, which is a digital tipping service. The link for that, as always, is down below. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I actually hope you will share it because Instagram has this thing where it doesn't really like it when you put queer in your videos, and it would just be very nice if I had a little bit of help getting it out there. And I will see you very soon. Bye!